just gonna start here. Had to move this, move all this crap around. Okay. Just move this camera right here. We're just waiting for Blakezilla to come back on. And we'll
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay. Okay, hello guys, my name is Chai Guy, and welcome back to another KF2 episode, podcast episode, Today's episode is going to be with Blakezilla from Team Wolf. He is a member of Team Wolf. He's been playing this game for a few years now. He's a pretty good player. I think he's what were you, demo?
I did Firebug, one of them, and then Berserker. I just kind of mixed it up.
Okay. Predominant Firebug, Fair Berserker for Team Wolf, and you want to tell us about how you guys all met?
I think a lot of us had just been playing randomly, and then Wolf sent out an invite with information about the tournament. Said, hey, trying to get a team together, and then it all just kind of came together from there.
Oh, okay.
I think some of those other guys had played. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of those other guys had played together with him a bunch, and I had played with some of them like intermittently. A lot.
Was there like did you think at all that you were gonna get picked at all if you knew about it beforehand? Or were you just like, if you knew about it beforehand, were your intentions were to join a team or try to make one up?
I was probably gonna try to join one. Most of the people I know that play, they all just kind of have random hours, so I didn't want to try to coordinate. But if somebody else was gonna try to coordinate, I would try to participate.
Okay. So, you guys had a little bit of a, should I say, a little bit of a setback here in the semifinals and even on the first round, where, you guys, barely beat, not Boom Nation, but, who was it? I forget the team name. Goro's team, right?
Yeah, I think that's who it was.
Okay. You guys beat them. Like, how did you guys think that you were going to perform, like, when coming into this?
Well, obviously you never think you're gonna die. Sometimes it just happens. Like, we had one round where there was a disconnect, and that just automatically counts against you.
Yeah.
But I think we all think we're going to do good, especially like if we're at a party coordinating together. It's more or less just managing the big Zeds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What would you say, would your, best perk you played so far? No perk, like, you're more comfortable playing?
I prefer the Firebug. But that's if you've got, like, a good medic going.
Yeah.
Because you can just kind of,
And, what skills
you can slow everything down.
Yeah, what skills do you run on a Firebug for, like, a competitive thing like this?
The perks, I'm trying to think. I think it's the left top, right for the next two, and then the other two are left. It's basically the one that does explosion,
Shrapnel.
that slows them down with the ground fire. The
Yeah.
top perk is the one that does more damage. And then, obviously, the last perk is the one that's, hey, infinite ammo.
Oh, Pyromaniac. Yeah. Basically all of the same perks I usually run. So, uh,
Oh, the other one is the stumble thing. Just in case anything gets too close, you can kind of knock it back for everybody else.
so like, what would you say was, what was the, leader coming into this, or were you all just working together, like, equally?
I think we've all just been working together equally. Um, I had not formally played in a group with any of these guys before this, and I'm not sure if any of them had before or not, but we had like one little practice round, and we all seemed to kind of mesh pretty well. And we found good spots in each of the maps, so it's been like an equal effort.
Okay. Um, so, what would you say was your hardest one so far? The semifinals or your first round? Because I know both of them were pretty close.
I would say probably the semifinals because we were having connection issues with one of the other team people. So as soon as the first round started for that one, her game disconnected, so it spawned all the extra Zeds, and then she was dead. So
Okay.
that adds a little bit more challenge than you need sometimes.
So, um, when Boom Nation does eventually play, they told me a few streams ago they were gonna play on the 10th. Uh, that's when they were gonna fix everything, but
Okay,
it should be between now and whenever the new update comes. Whenever.
okay, sounds
Uh,
good.
so whenever they do play, do you think your guys' score is going to uh intimidate them a little bit, or do you think they're going to put up more of a fight than you guys expect?
I think going first, you always have the pressure, like, you put the pressure on everybody else. Like, we set decently high bar. We had a couple snafus there with a couple random deaths, but it we didn't really have anything get out of control, I guess. And I think that's like probably their biggest pressure is if they have one person die, it can be just like a domino effect.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, it can like really throw off some people when someone else dies and they go into panic mode. Uh,
Yeah, especially if you're running low on ammo, which kind of tends to be the thing with some of these maps.
so who do you think is like the best player on your team?
I don't know. I've only seen everyone play like pretty much one specific perk, and I know that they all have other ones that they like. Give me 1 second. I'll give you an actual better answer.
Okay.
I gotta look. I don't know. I think everyone's been equally good, at least with the perks that I've seen them play with.
Oh, okay. So like, where would you rank yourself? Just out of this, everybody in this tournament, like, if you had to rank yourself individually.
Uh,
Because there's like 48 like there's like 8 teams, so 8 times 6 is like 56. So out of those 56 players, like what would you be in the top 56? I think.
Uh, Definitely, I think probably like over the halfway mark. Anything over that is just kind of probably subjective and on a day by day basis. Maybe even like perk by perk or class. There are some times like I feel like I'm very good as a berserker, and then other days where that just does not work out at all.
Mm-hmm. So let's say like if you guys do if your score does stand if your score does like stand its own ground and like Boom Nation cannot like stack up or like exceed your score, uh how do you guys think you'll do against Team Cannibalists?
I think we'll be competitive with anyone if we get a chance. Uh, Again, we've really only had a couple, to me, what felt like lag issues causing problems.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from those, like it's been, I feel like we've had pretty dominant performance. But again, everything can snowball very fast on some of these later levels.
Yeah.
We've just been
So
fortunate to not have anything go crazy.
yeah. So when you guys like do you guys practice at all, and if you do, like how consistently do you guys practice?
We've practiced a couple times here and there, but everyone seems to kind of have different schedules. So I think like the practice is more just in general playing the game, and then when you match up with the people in the group, we'll play. But I don't know. We've only done like pretty much one scheduled practice.
Okay. Uh so um so like let's say if the changes were to happen again where you need to have like Voice and Alexa in, or whatever the case may be. You said your backup perk was Zerker, uh,
Yeah.
and I know Forsen is a predominant demo, and Jalexa is a predominant bug.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't mind filling in with whatever perk needs to be done. I feel like there might be better options for
so
some of them than me.
do you feel
But
like Forsen and Jalexa are like kind of a significant part to the team,
yes,
when they help you guys out?
they helped out significantly that day. Uh, I honestly don't know if we would have proceeded. I don't think we would have been able to proceed without them, for one, and then two, they were just dominant in their roles.
Yeah.
Like when Jalexa wanted to play Firebug, I don't mind switching to a Berserker or something else that's just to fill in the spots. And
Right.
I feel like she did like as good as I think I would have done, or better. So,
Mhm.
like, it's good when you got like reliable people, and I felt like they were definitely reliable.
Yeah. Um. So I know I was talking about like I know your medic is Anna Vlad, or whatever his
Yeah,
name is. Do you think his loadout is pretty good, or did you guys like talk with him to kind of switch it up, or
nah,
do you
I
think what
feel
he's
like
doing is good?
yeah, yeah, I feel like what he's been doing is pretty much all you can do in like a competitive setup. He's been keeping everyone healed and powered up at the same time, which makes a big difference for some of the other perks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I feel like the only issues we've had have been just lag related, where someone teleports across the screen and you don't necessarily see it until it's too late.
Yeah. So the maps for the championship round are gonna be like the same as the first plus Barn Witch. So did you guys practice at all on that map in particular, or do you guys have a game plan for Barn
uh,
Witch?
I know Wolf and I have played that map quite a few times right after it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we would probably need to coordinate a little bit for that map. Hiding in that room is not the most ideal strategy,
Yeah.
but it could work, I guess, if you got like a good team. But that map, I enjoy that map because there's a few different spots to go.
Hey, so I think that cause I know one team said like they would just save last on the first wave and get all of those medallions or whatever
Yeah.
they are to open that room and they can just camp in that room.
Yeah, I personally have only had one game where the people I was playing with wanted to do that, and I don't personally enjoy that. But again, sometimes it just comes down to like the different classes you have, whether it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
The day that the group I was with, we didn't have classes that could actually like keep the door blocked, so it didn't work out very well for us that day.
Do you have a favorite player that you watch while playing this game? Like just it could be a player on here or like a professional controlled difficulty player like Zelmo or Tam Tam or Psycho Gamers,
I
aka Fat Cat.
I don't think I've seen a lot of those people you just mentioned. I try to think. Like I've got favorite players that I play with,
Mhm.
like on a consistent basis. But again, most of those are just random, and it's not coordinated. Like we're gonna play at a certain time.
Mhm.
But over the
Yeah.
years, I've definitely had quite a few people that like I enjoy playing with on a consistent basis.
Now, so okay, here's another question. Um, let's say if you had to like from the beginning if you had to like pick your own team like you didn't have the option to join a team if you were the captain of a team and you had to pick five other players including you.
Okay, and this is just assuming everyone could play. There's
Yeah,
a
it could be just your own team again or like anyone you want really.
okay. There's a couple people I play consistently with. One of them's name is Aircode Blaze, who's really good. Then his friend Jazzy World. And then we've got a couple other people that play consistently. There's a guy named Simply Abstract. Uh, there's another guy. I've
Yeah,
only
I
seen
play
him
with
on
him.
one.
He's a pretty good zerker.
Yeah, there's another person named Whipsaw that I used to play with pretty consistently, but I've only seen them on one time, like
Yeah, he
recently.
doesn't come on all that much. Yeah.
And
Oh
then
my god.
I would have to leave the remaining slot or two to one of them to fill out. Like the people on my team, I play with them like Wolfonix, like I play with him a lot, so he would get an invitation. Pretty much anyone on my team that's already there would get an invitation. The people that I named specifically, there were just ones that like I've encountered on my own playing the game.
Yeah. Um. So. Okay. Um. Sorry. I was trying to think of another question, but like, have you watched the first tournament at all?
I have not. I actually was waiting to see if anybody had like updates about any of this stuff. Because I know you guys had said that this had happened before, or you guys had done the tournament before, but I just hadn't seen any information about it other than from the group that I'm in.
Yeah, I try to like spread the word out to everybody. I know the word gets out a lot because whenever I was staying with my buddy Forsen all the way in Michigan, uh,
Yeah,
uh, I know some of his groups that I'm no longer in. They uh, shared it, and some like players were interested there. So I know the word gets out a lot, and I know people do like have interest over it. Even like people that genuinely hate me in this game, like whoa, like he said he would play, like, and I have nothing against him, but he has something against me just from like doing all the rankings and the tier lists on players and stuff, and
yeah.
like I guess he doesn't like the stigma of controversy or whatever whenever I rank people. Um, you know, uh,
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, again, yeah, it's one of those. Everyone probably feels like they're the best at everything. So if other people possibly get put ahead of them, then it's kind of feels like a chip on the shoulder sometimes.
well, I mean, like that's why I turn all the comments off just to so I'm going to turn the comments off now whenever I do those because I don't want my opinion to be swayed.
Well, yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, yeah, whenever I did that last year, Team F wanted me to rank all of them like above everybody, and it's just like, there are some players individually that are very strong, like Indresco, Rapkurist. Well, like they were just on like teams that did not have enough chemistry as I thought they would. Like
Yeah,
it's never the individual; it's always the team that
well, exactly.
sets them back.
That's honestly why I feel like our team that I am on right now, Team Wolf, like I feel like we mesh together very well.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've got a chance to be competitive and win.
Mhm.
But again, yeah, if you don't have that chemistry, like it doesn't matter how good you are, your team is
Yeah.
probably not going to make it out of the match.
Yeah, I feel like this is just my advice, but again, you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. If you guys do end up going to the grand finals, I would highly suggest going what you did for your semifinal run with Forsen and Jalexa being those Firebug and demo perks that could really help you guys out in the long run. But you guys can go about having your loadouts and roster however you like.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to having them come back at all. I think it was more just like coordination issues trying to get everyone on the same like availability.
Yeah. Um. So, how did you first hear about this game? Like, was it like long ago? Or was it just recently?
It's been a while. It was back when it was free on PlayStation Plus,
So back
and
in
I
like
played.
December of like 2018.
I Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think. I can go in and look at my trophies or whatever. But yeah, it's been I've been playing it for a while. I have kind of like I would say a love-hate relationship with the game where I play it a lot and then I get a little bit burnt out, so I stop playing and
Mm-hmm.
then kind of have to give it a rest. But overall, like I still enjoy the game. It just gets a little frustrating sometimes. I
Yeah.
feel like the balance with the patches is kind of out of whack sometimes.
Yeah. What would you say your favorite weapon is in this game? It doesn't have to be for your perk. It could be any weapon.
Hmm. There, I actually really do like the Locust one, the new one that just came out. Uh, I like that one for the survivalist. Overall, I would say probably the weapon that I've got the most use out of has been the Spitfires with the Firebug, though. Like those are consistently like something that I feel like I can do good with.
Oh, okay.
There,
Uh,
I guess there's just a handful of weapons that I like for like certain class ranges. I definitely do like the Hemo Clobber, but it's hard to beat the lightsaber with the Berserker.
yeah. Yeah. That ion thruster is pretty good. Yeah. Uh. So
So I'm looking at my trophies, and it seems like I started getting trophies in like 2017, like June range.
Okay. So somewhere around there then.
Yeah, so I've been playing for a while. Again, probably not as long as other people though, because I pause every now and then and just won't play for a little bit.
How do you feel about the new weapons that recently dropped with the the Dragon Blaze, Locust, and the G36C?
I actually really like them all. I still feel like the SWAT class, even though that is almost an assault rifle, I feel like it still maybe is a little lacking for some of the bigger Zeds. Um, or I guess
Mm.
if you're like individual going on with them, if you've got like a group, like it's definitely sufficient. But I really do like the Locust. If you mix that with like the explosion thing for the survivalist, you get lots of deaths just from the area of effect from it.
Mhm.
And then what was the other weapon?
Dragon Blaze.
Oh yeah, I like that one better than I thought I was going to. It in Z time when you have the unlimited ammo for the firebug, you can put down a pretty good wall of fire like on the ground with the alternative fire. It does a good job of stopping stuff.
Yeah. Uh, I always have that like judgment call either to pick that weapon or to spend the $100 more on the thermite bore.
I like the thermite borer a lot, but I have the bad luck of like shooting something and then it comes in on me and explodes and then I kill myself. So
Mm.
I
Oh, you're
generally don't.
not maxed out on your buck?
Uh, I am, but it's still the explosion part seems to be what kills me rather than the fire.
Oh,
Because I try to do it like the seal squill, where I'll like get a bunch of enemies and then I'll try to like manually detonate them.
yeah.
And it
Come to think of
seems
it, you
like
think, yeah, it probably should be a demo hybrid weapon, but it isn't, I don't think.
nope. There's a couple of the weapons that I feel like would be better if they were multi-class.
Yeah.
It seems weird to me that there's the fire assault rifle, but not for the like commando guy. He doesn't get that perk.
Yeah. Um. So, do you so if you guys, let's say for argument's sake, you do win and you defeat Cannabis, being the underdogs because they've been the leading scorers throughout this whole thing. Uh, who do you think would most likely get the MVP award from your team?
Ah, man. I honestly might say Andival just because like you're not gonna survive anything without a medic, especially without a good medic.
Yeah.
Um, Pure damage and destruction though, like if we're going by that, that could just be anyone. Jalexa as a firebug, Forsen as demolitionist, Clutch Greed, or any of them, because they can pretty much take out anything on their own,
Yeah.
like as a SWAT or a commando or.
Other than yourselves, was there a favorite team that you like to watch, or was there a team that caught your eye, or while watching the tournament? Any teams stick out to you?
Uh, just the ones that we're up against.
Oh,
I haven't been able to see too many of the other ones, but I feel like just watching any of the other teams would probably be a good time because again, you get to see different strategies for stuff. I feel like when I play, I kind of use the same like setup for like each class that I use. Like I very rarely I guess like change the perks,
mm-hmm.
and it's interesting to see other people play with their characters set up different ways because you find out there's other ways to succeed and stay alive.
Yeah. Um. So, um, man, I'm running out of questions here because I'm having a hard time thinking of one. I always do this free form. I don't have like a list or anything.
Yeah.
I just say whatever is like on the top of my head. Uh, so like outside of the game, like hardware speaking, like what's your setup looking like right now? Do you have like a crazy gamer setup or just like a
Uh,
basic PS5 TV?
mm, I would say like middle high end. I've got a pretty good TV. It's a Sony X900H. I feel like I should have waited like another year to get the full features of the HDMI 2.1 stuff. But I've got the PS5. The TV has got the HDMI 2.1 port, so it's got VRR, 4K 120 hertz on games that have it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've got like a decent headset. I don't know. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it sounds bad. But like when I'm playing the game, like audio wise for me, it sounds really good. It's a Still Series, like Arctic's 7PX or 7P Plus or something like that.
What's this now?
The headset that I got,
What's
like
the name? Is it a HyperX?
No, Arctis Still Series, like 7P
Oh,
Plus,
it's a
I
Steel
think.
series. Okay, those are good.
Yeah. It's I've got the Sony headset, the Pulse 3D thing, and I actually really like that one, but it's just not as comfortable as this Arctis one.
How much did you pay for the Steel series? Did you get that
I
at
was
Best
not.
Buy?
I actually ordered it online directly from them. They had a random coupon one day, and my Pulse 3D headset was getting kind of ragged, so I was like, I'll spend a little bit more. I think I paid like 130 for it, which is more than I wanted to pay, but not
Mm-hmm.
not a bad price overall. especially
Okay.
because the comfort is there over like the other headsets that I've used.
Sorry, I'm just taking my cough medicine now.
That's no problem at all.
This one isn't like the typical like cherry or whatever the typical cough medicine taste is. This one is like a honey. It's
Ah,
like a honey cough syrup.
sounds like that would be better.
Yeah. Uh. So. What other questions do I have? Okay. Um. I know Anivald, your medic, is the one that streams. Does he just run the basic streaming setup and just stream right off his PS4, or does he have like cool stuff that he can use?
I think that's what he says he does, is just directly from the PS4.
Oh yeah,
Um,
because
it,
whenever I was watching one of your guys' streams, like for the tournament, like the quality was so bad, like it was
I
just running
remember you
with
guys
like
talking about that.
540p or something like that. And there were like frame dips like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like he said he's just going straight from the PS4, and I don't even know if it's a PS4 Pro.
Mhm.
I know Wolfonix, he streamed, I think, maybe one of the other times, but I'm not sure. It's generally one of those two.
Uh.
But yeah, I think it's just straight through the machine.
Okay. Uh. So you guys are going up against Woe, Suidum, Loser Ninja, uh, Worst COD Guy, Asian Kratos, and Combat Frogger. Well, he's a reserve player, but
Yeah,
he's still on the team. Have you ever heard of those guys before, or have you ever came across them ever
I
while
feel
playing?
like I've seen a couple of the names online. Like I'm pretty sure I've encountered Worst COD. Uh, like I think I've played with him in a few games. I
Yeah.
generally play on the East server just because that one always seems like it has the most people whenever I'm playing,
Mhm.
and I catch a lot of like the same people. I've switched to other servers every now and then, and like I'll see the other people that are in some of these teams, but I usually don't seem to encounter too many of them,
Okay. Uh.
or at least if I do, like I'm not aware of them.
So you are familiar. You are like familiar with them, but have not like communicated
Yeah.
with them, just like on and off.
Yep.
Okay. Uh. Yeah. Like even forcing like whenever I think you said this on a podcast, he's like it feels like uh Team Cannabis has got this pretty much in the bag. And I was over with Slap Smack Punch, who is also a member on Cannabis. Um, I think he's not. I know he's a sharpshooter, but that's not what he played. I think he didn't play the Zerker. You know, I think it was like a SWAT or something or demo. But yeah, him and Forsen were having the conversation, and I think he said somewhere along the lines of like, we we're still gonna try our hardest no matter what the team is. So like, if they were like playing scrubs or whatever, they would just still like not play with their food at all, just like try to get that
Well, yeah.
300. Because I know a lot of teams, no team has ever gotten that perfect 300.
Yeah, I feel like if you go in with the mindset of not being completely competitive, then you're probably setting yourself up for like failure somehow.
Yeah. Do you think either like from here on out, from this point forward, either Boom Nation, you guys, or Team Cannabis are gonna get that perfect 300 while playing your series through the semis or grand finals?
I have honestly thought we were going to get it a couple times, and then we've had lag issues where someone needed ammo, and like on my screen, they just kind of spawned there, like in the middle of stuff.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like that's like more the ultimate goal here, because like a lot of people like I think it's just the stigma of trying of reaching perfection, and
Yeah.
people try so hard, but there's always one screw up or one flunk that always messes people up, and
Yeah.
like I can't. It kind of like it's more the desire of like them wanting to get it so bad. Like one like minor thing like that would just really piss someone off.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough challenge because again, you got to have maybe not everything be perfect, but you've got to have everything be like top top tier, like in terms of going good, I guess. You can't have any bad luck where like a Scrake or every flesh pound in the world spawns right on top of you.
Mhm. Um.
Like I think most of our deaths that we've had have been. It's mainly just someone needing like ammo or something. I think.
Yeah. I mean, when I first did this last year, like a lot of it was only in the talks. I was just like, I didn't think I was actually gonna do it, but like, me and Angesco and a few other players were talking about a tournament, and it's like, why hasn't there been a tournament on here yet? I feel like that would be fun to watch. And when I was watching back on YouTube, I know there was a KF1 tournament that was well edited. And I was like, okay, so they done this before. Um, so I just gotta like, I feel like I can like incorporate some aspect to the tournament on here if it were on console. And so me and Jesco like came up with like this point system that you guys are using now to implement in the game, and to try to make it like more challenging to you guys, doing like 10 wave hell on earth matches that involve maps that like need communication.
Well, yeah.
Uh, so I
I
guess
I feel
it's
like the
more,
setup is very good. Like it brings about the competitive aspect of it all.
yeah, um, yeah, I'm sort of adding more aspects to this tournament, like having an MVP, giving you guys trophies or whatever. Because last year I just gave like the winning team money.
Yeah.
Uh,
Trophies
so
are always good. I think everyone likes trophies,
yes, uh,
even if they're little like made together things. I've played in a Mario Kart tournament and somebody just bought stuff from Dollar General and spray painted it gold. That was enough to get everybody happy.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like professional or whatever, but yeah, just more something to show for whenever you do guys do win. Uh,
I think it's definitely a good idea because it gives somebody like, or it gives people like something to strive towards.
yeah, definitely. Um, so uh, with that being said, um, I think. Oh yeah. After the tournament, I always make like a tier list of the 56 players um, who performed in that tournament individually, not as a team. I'm talking individual players that performed uh, based on like map control, clutch. I forget the other aspects to that, but I'd have to go in one of my videos and find it.
Just like basically just a bunch of different parameters, like all added together.
Yeah, let me take a look and find it real quick. Got it here. Map control. Oh, this wire's getting in the way, sorry. Team chemistry, weapon choice or loadout. I just put weapon choice and clutch. Those are the 4 aspects. And I get a ranking like out of 5. So, a bad player on a good team could have like a bad score individually.
Yeah.
But a good player on a good team could have a really good score. Just on his own.
And with it being like individual stuff, like it, I guess it's more like personalized.
Yeah.
It how do you rank the weapons, the weapon choice?
The loadout, whatever, like, how I rank their loadout is just 1 out of 5. Like, it depends on like what weapons you're using based on like the map and certain situations. Like if there are 2 quarter pounds running at you and you have like a hemoclopper and fuel thrower, and you whip your hemoclopper out and just parry, and you're a medic for the team, and just throw a medic behind and heal everyone while they're getting quarter pounds while you're parrying. That would be loadout, and that would bump your loadout score up by a little bit.
Okay.
So it's all based on how you perform with the loadout that you choose.
Okay. Makes more sense. Could be some interesting rankings, I bet. Watching everybody like the weapons they choose and like how they kind of react to scenarios.
Yeah. I had my eyes on a few players. I know like if you're just like the basic dreadnought zerker holding the fort down, you're not gonna really get that high of a score. But
well, yeah.
but
it's the butler, it's the doorkeeper.
Yeah. So, have you played KF1 at all, or were you just strictly known about this game?
I have not played that. I've got a gaming PC that's kind of been out of commission for a little while. I've seen a few videos online, and it looks just enough different that it could be fun.
Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to the next iteration of this game, though.
Killing Floor 3. Do you think there's going to be a Killing Floor 3?
I think there will be. Stuff I've seen online says that this is Killing Floor 2 is Tripwire's, like, basically their moneymaker game.
Yeah, the most popular game, I feel like.
Yeah. So I feel like probably the pandemic and obviously like world situations have kind of impacted some of this stuff, because the company they work with, I think, is either in Russia or Poland. So I imagine that's kind of impacted some of this stuff, but I'm hoping that we get it in the next year or so.
Yeah. They have came out with a few uh good games recently. Chivalry 2, um that shark man eater game or
Yeah,
whatever.
supposedly that game is supposed to be really like fun. People I know that have played it said they've enjoyed it.
Okay. I've never played it before, but I wanted to get their newest title called Epsion. Here, I could look it up real fast. Okay. Games. Okay, they got KF2 Maneater Killing Floor came out in 2009. Uh,
Yeah, it's a long
Chivalry
time.
2, Rising Storm 2, Vietnam.
I haven't ever even seen that one.
Killing Floor Incursion. That's the VR
Yeah.
version. Uh,
Yeah, I've got the PlayStation VR set up, but the wand controllers I have are like PS3 version, so the batteries are not good. Otherwise, I think I would try the Killing Floor VR thing.
yeah, another VR game that they came out with was Aspire. Uh, Road
I
Redemption. Um, Rising Storm. I've never even heard of these games. Uh,
yeah, yeah, they're kind of like all over the place, I guess, with the games.
mhm.
If they come out with a part 3, what are you hoping they do to change it or make it better?
Uh, Probably just it wouldn't hurt to add a few more perks or a few more bosses. Just like not the stuff they have been adding over the years, like a couple weapons and a new map. Well, a few more maps wouldn't hurt, but I'd just like to see like more of a significant change, like a new boss or something, like something exciting.
Yeah, that's one of the things I would really enjoy them to do is add, even if it's like 2 or 3 bosses, or have possibly like a boss that's like 2 or 3 bosses that are all one health pool or something.
Yeah.
I really want them to do like mix and match like classes, like kind of just build your own. Um,
Mhm.
I'd imagine it would be like you have your own standard like classes like the firebug and all that stuff, and then it would just be like blank ones that you can kind of pick and match the perks that you want.
Yeah.
I feel like that would definitely add some variety to like the gameplay. Because again, I don't know how everybody else plays, but I feel like I get stuck with the same weapons all the time just because they're the best for certain scenarios, or at least for my playstyle.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I mean, I know they're coming out with a freaking medic missile that everyone was kind of like joking about. Uh, and they said it was gonna be like a HRG RPG weapon.
Huh, that'd be interesting. I actually just saw a video yesterday from the Pathfinder, and it was about like I guess 2 electric weapons, like an electric sniper rifle,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
they're bringing a KF1 weapon back. The what was it called?
I think it's like just the Z Mark III or something.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I guess like a lot of people are excited to try that weapon out.
Yeah, I feel like the weapons that they've added recently have been pretty decent. Like I was amazed that the drone is like as effective as it is.
Mhm.
Like I totally expected it to only kill like clots and crawlers and stuff, but it stops everything in its tracks.
Yeah. Um. So, what was I gonna say? Uh, we're about the almost to that 1 hour mark. Uh, we're 55 minutes in. 5 minutes till the hour mark. This is where I usually like wrap up or whatever, make the
Okay.
conclusion. Um, is there anything that you would like to say to me or say to the stream, people watching, or to your team, your fellow players, anyone in
Ah,
general about anything, this game, or anything that's on your mind?
Thanks for organizing this tournament and being patient with everybody. It This has obviously had like a little snafus here and there about getting people like coordinated and in sync with it, but overall I think it's been a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the teams, like, I think everyone is doing like a good job. Sometimes you just have bad luck with this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good a like setup you have or how prepared you are. Things just don't always work. But I definitely look forward to more tournaments. Possibly if you have like mini varieties or something.
Yeah, there is gonna be another tournament next year. Um, I'm thinking about, yeah, just getting together with everybody and just, oh Jesus, just going over more of the controversial like stuff, like the rules part of it. Because they said like the lag out uh stuff they didn't like. Wolf of Norway didn't like it, and some of his team. And I was just like, well, everybody agreed on it, and like, if that weren't the case, then the other team that beat you would have even beat you even harder, and they would have got a
Yeah.
perfect 300. So I don't know what there is to complain about, really.
What happened with lag out stuff?
Uh, like like when I posted the rules, is like everybody agreed that like whenever somebody lagged out, it was the same as like
Oh, yeah,
death.
just like a death.
Like, yeah, and I
Yeah.
guess some people
Uh,
didn't like that.
I mean, I think you kind of have to have it like that.
Yeah, but those are some of the try hard guys like Wolf of Norway, Neo Survivor, and some of his players like From Software, one of the try hard guys that usually don't use a medic and just like use gun perks only.
Man,
Maybe use a berserker here and there, but yeah, I have been like in those types of runs before, and they are pretty difficult. Yeah, it's like a noticeable difference, but uh, yeah, I mean, like they wanted me to change so much. They wanted me to take out the medic, the demo, the firebug. They only wanted me to use certain weapons. They wanted me to
yeah, I
ban
mean, you can't
certain
do that
weapons.
because then that's not the game.
Yeah, and
Like, the game's got all this stuff in there.
yeah,
Or I guess you could do that if you want everyone to just die out in the tournament.
there was a point in time where like some weapons were like really like too OP that I had to ban, or just silly, like the Dosh gun, the Shrink
Yeah.
Ray, the Freeze Thrower, or whatever. I was going to ban them, but um, uh, I was thinking just like for this tournament, I'll let it like slide there here. But next year is probably gonna get more difficult. Not
Yeah.
like to, not like that much, but slowly.
Well, again, I mean, there's just having like certain standards for stuff.
Yeah.
Probably, it's not a bad idea.
Okay. Well, this has been the KF2 podcast at Blakezilla. I hope you guys had fun watching. Hope you guys stay safe. Have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.